know that it's true. You are my model, you are my muse, and I don't know what I'm gonna do without you. You keep giving me, you keep giving me, you keep giving me reasons to write about. You keep giving me, you keep giving me, you keep giving me reasons to write songs about you. You say I don't even care about you. You say I don't even know that you're there. But baby, just turn on the radio. You'll hear everything I feel everywhere. You keep giving me, you keep giving me, you keep giving me reasons to write about. You keep giving me, you keep giving me, you keep giving me reasons to write. You keep giving me, you keep giving me, you keep giving me reasons to write about. You keep giving me, you keep giving me, you keep giving me reasons to write. You keep giving me, you keep giving me, you keep giving me reasons to write about. You keep giving me, you keep giving me, you keep giving me reasons to write songs about you. Well, I should have seen it coming. The red flag of goodbye. I had a funny feeling, but I thought it was a lie. I thought I had walls and no one could break down. Ain't it funny how a heart breaks without a sound? And I know it sounds like giving up. There's a time when enough's enough, and I don't feel like fighting anymore for love. Well, you never look better as you two walking out the door.
You're listening to the Jams and Coffee Morning Show with your host, Grad Rock.
Good morning, Jammers. Welcome to the show. Jams and Coffee in the Morning here on YouTube, Facebook, and JNC Radio. I appreciate you tuning in with me this morning, especially those of you that hung with us for the show last night. Gluttons for punishment, that's what I call you. I hope everybody enjoyed their hump day. We are here on the 3rd of November. It's a Thursday. And, yes, the Jams and Cocktails podcast season has come to an end, which is bittersweet. You know, obviously we love that show. But it does give me personally an opportunity to focus on the other things in our network, including this morning show. So we'll be sprucing up some things here and renovating, if you will, this show. Plus, we're working on some other content with notably Paul from Drums and Rums. We've been working on some stuff, and we're excited to bring that to life. So they'll give me an opportunity to do that as well. And for the love of God, just a little bit of downtime. There's a lot that goes into putting those podcasts together. A lot of moving parts, a lot of thinking and pulling all the pieces together. So sometimes it's nice to take a break and not have to work so damn hard. But it is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. Today on this show, we're going to talk a little bit about the news going on. We got some local news here. Big Daddy DeSantis making his way to the Pizzle. We'll talk about that. We're going to talk about the commissioner of the FCC, really bent out of shape about the old TikTok. We're going to talk about the Powerball, and I'm going to ask you a question about feeling lazy, and we're going to talk a little bit about that lazy feeling, plus all the other normal shenanigans that we get into here on the show. But we'll kick things off this morning with the weather. And looking out the window, it looks nice out. I was actually just outside. Today is our trash day. So here on the Treasure Coast, or in Port St. Lucie particularly, we have a new trash company. They only come once a week, but they gave us the world's largest rubbish bins to put down to the curb. It's like driving a Cadillac to get this thing down the driveway. And it literally, Thursdays are the day, and it only comes on Thursdays. Worst day of the week if we've had like we tied one on for the podcast the night before. Totally slips my mind, and it almost slipped my mind today when I just managed to get my life together enough to wheel that down. But they take everything. So the regular rubbish, they take the recyclables, and they take your yard waste all in one shot. So you got to get it all down there. And I did. So I've accomplished something this morning, and I'm very proud of that. I'm going to get very proud of that. But the weather here, sorry for that tangent. The whole point of that was I went outside, and it's actually wonderful out there. A little humid, but nice nonetheless. This morning here on the Treasure Coast, the temperature is going to be in the mid to upper 70s. Some patchy fog inland and along the Treasure Coast. This afternoon, we're going to have highs in the low to mid 80s. Passing showers for the first part of the day, then clearing skies throughout the afternoon. Very nice. Tonight, we'll have lows down to the upper 60s, low 70s under mostly clear skies, and another round of some fog rolling through. Tomorrow is going to be a pleasant day with less humidity. Highs in the low to mid 80s, mostly sunny and mainly dry. For the weekend, highs will be in the mid 80s with some passing showers and breezy winds. So all in all, seems like a very nice Florida fall day. As for Tennessee, Philip always giving us our morning Jams and Coffee irrelevant weather report. Relevant to you and yours. But they're experiencing clear skies and warming into the mid to upper 70s today, and the same for Friday and Saturday. No more rain chances coming back. He said it was in the upper 50s this morning, and the same for Friday and Saturday. Sounds lovely. Sounds pretty warm for this time of year up there. But yeah, no cold fronts coming through, and that's a bummer about the rain. I know that's kind of an important thing right now in that area. Not hopefully get wet next week. Who knows? Who knows? We only have a few national days today. I suppose we should knock them out. Here's one for all you housewives out there. It's National Housewives Day. Set aside November 3rd to recognize the millions of hardworking housewives. The day honors the stay-at-home moms who take care of the children and the home. It's a 24/7 job and sometimes does not get the thank you that is much deserved. The term housewife is an old term stemming from the days when most families were supported by one income. The father worked and the mother stayed home to take care of the house and the children. These days, though, usually both parents work outside of the home. According to the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, in 61% of households with children, both parents work outside the home. The age of the children impacts how much a parent stays home, and it isn't always the mother who stays home these days. Sometimes it's the dad. So house husbands are on the rise. Cheers to you, too. However, current statistics are difficult to find. Even so, those who stay home and manage a household have a difficult task. Those who stay home are considered to be domestic engineers, managing budgets, children, and organizing the life of the house. So, those of you that stay home and take care of things, here's to you. By proxy, here's to me. Sorry, Jordan. I know Jordan's listening. I'm sure I'll get a text message here in a moment. Hopefully not. Hopefully while she stopped at a red light or getting gas or something. No texting and driving. Oh, so yes, National Housewives and House Husbands Day. Enjoy. What else do we have? Here was your one that goes hand in hand here. It's National Men Make Dinner Day. The first Thursday in November places the man of the house in charge of the kitchen and the evening's meal. Some men like to cook and do so on a regular basis. To those men, kudos to you. You can submit your favorite recipe on the National Men Make Dinner website. That's the thing, it exists. Today was created for the men who do not know their way around the kitchen and are not familiar with cooking appliances, as well as for the women in their lives who need a break. Men need to be aware that there's a list of rules that must be followed, some of which include the main meal must include a minimum of 4 ingredients and require at least one cooking utensil other than a fork. Wow, there's rules for these things. I like to cook, but I didn't know there were rules. The man does the shopping for all the necessary ingredients, and you clean up as you go. Aprons are optional. So there's a question for you guys. Are you, those of you that cook, I cook relatively often, I would say, and I enjoy it. It's never really a struggle to get me to pick up a spatula. But I am a proponent of cleaning as you go. I like to clean everything and have everything sorted out so that when I finish my meal, all I have to do is clean up what's on the table and not have to worry so much about what's going on in the kitchen. But how do you cook? I know there are some people, Jordan, that make a complete disaster area and then finish your meal and then go back and assess the damage done to the kitchen. How do you guys cook out there? Do you clean up as you go, or do you destroy the kitchen and worry about it post mealtime? Inquiring minds like to know. National Men Make Dinner Day. Here's an easy one. It's also National Sandwich Day. Whether you're stagnant high or thin, National Sandwich Day on November 3rd recognizes one of America's favorite lunch items. The sandwich is believed to be the namesake of John Montague, the 4th Earl of Sandwich. Following the claim that he was the inventor of the sandwich, no matter who invented it, we celebrate every kind of sandwich. While the modern sandwich is believed to be named after John Montague, the exact circumstances of its invention and original use are the subject of debate. There is a rumor in a contemporary travel book titled Tour to London by Pierre-Jean Grosley that formed the popular myth that bread and meat sustained Lord Sandwich at the gambling table. It said that Lord Sandwich was a very conversant gambler and did not take the time to have a meal during his long hours playing at the card table. When hungry, he would ask his servants to bring him slices of meat between 2 slices of bread. This practice was a habit that was well known to his gambling friends, who soon began to order the same as sandwich. And from this, the sandwich was born. So there you go. Delicious, delicious sandwich. Oh, how we love thee. Likely my lunch today. That was a poem that I had just written. I hope that you all enjoyed that. Jordan said she did text me, and she said best house husband ever, and I'll take that. But then when it came to cooking, she said, you are full of hot air and lies, sir. Possibly. When I cook on my own accord, I enjoy it. When I'm forced into cooking, it's different. It's not the same. Those are your national... Oh, we have one more. One more national day. This is National Cashback Day. How exciting. On the first Thursday in November, speaks to the savvy shopper in all of us. It's one big day of exclusive offers that give you the gift of cash back. Whether shopping for the perfect holiday gifts or saving for that big-ticket item for yourself, finding great deals and saving money makes a smart shopper happy. Cashback Day takes saving to the next level. Put money back into your wallet before the holidays just by shopping. During the holidays, saving is even more critical. We have a list and a budget. Not only do we want to stick to it, but we want to celebrate with all the holiday necessities, from gifts to decorations and even travel. Savvy shoppers know it's possible to both save and wow during the holidays, and that's what National Cashback Day is all about. Whether it's gift giving, entertaining, travel expenses, the perfect outfit for holiday card photos, or treating yourself to something special, discounts can be found. Shoppers are celebrated by helping them earn cash back when they spend. So there you go. National Cashback Day. Does everybody participate in this? You can go to any store and they're just like, here, have some cash back on your purchase. Never really understood the concept, except for like credit cards and things like that. When you spend money, the company gives you a kickback for spending money through them. But anywhere else, I don't understand. Anyway, that's your national days today. Had some things going on in music history on this day. All the way back over 30 years ago in 1990, Ice Ice Baby by Vanilla Ice became the first rap record to top the U.S. singles charts. Can you believe that? The track was initially released as the B-side to the rapper's cover of Play That Funky Music, but became the A-side after U.S. DJs started playing the track in the club. Making records, breaking records with Ice Ice Baby by Vanilla Ice. on this day, back in 1990. Also on this day, and kind of a sad, bittersweet tribute, back in 1957, Sun Records released Great Balls of Fire by Jerry Lee Lewis, who, of course, passed away this week, or just last week. The single went on to sell over 5 million copies worldwide and was a #1 hit in the UK and a #2 in the US. Jerry Lee Lewis, of course, as mentioned, passed away just last week. Great Balls of Fire, notably one of his biggest hits ever, released today, back in 1957. Yes, Philip said The Killer is a bad man in a good way. If that makes any sense. Oh, yeah, well, before we dive into our stories today, we'll do a little recap of last night's podcast, the Jams and Cocktails Live podcast, of course. And it, of course, was our season finale. So our season 4 finale is now is complete. Our season 4 is complete. We've bookended it. And now it's time for a little rest and relaxation. We did have a wonderful best moments montage. I was talking with Philip in the chats before the show went live this morning. And he said he loved it and remembered all of those moments that we captured in the montage. And my goal was to capture a moment from each and every episode. And so I think I did so. And it was not as difficult as I thought it may be. But it was really fun that there was at least one moment in each podcast that was notable, at least to me. And the montage was really a sweet tribute to everybody that's been involved with the show from the beginning of the season to the end. So I will. I think I'm going to put that together and re-upload that by itself to our YouTube page. If you want to check it out without having to sift through the season finale, it'll be up there on its own for you to check out in the highlights playlist there on our YouTube channel. I think it deserves to stand alone. Just a little recap of what's to come in the following season, next season. I decided unilaterally to do one big game show per season. Last season, of course, we did Match Game. And I only say that I had big plans for game shows. I thought I was going to do one a month, and it was going to be this big thing. They were really cumbersome to pull together and get all the pieces moving right. So I figure if I just do one and put focus into that it'll be a smash hit, like Match Game. So this game show that we'll be doing next season is Password. And I haven't decided. There's several incarnations of Password. There's Password, there's Password Plus, and then there's Super Password, all of which I really enjoy. I think they kept the game really fresh and fun. So I'm going to figure out which incarnation I want to steal and replicate for Season 5. But more to come on that. But it's great. It's such a fun game. So I think you guys should brush up on your Password. So that you know what's going on when we play. It's going to be a good one. Also, Mardi Gras is going to be over our Season 5. So we'll be having a Mardi Gras party at some point. Although our shows are on Wednesdays, so we won't necessarily have a Fat Tuesday party. But nonetheless, it'll be a good time. We'll have some fun. The holidays are all going to fall on Season 5, so we'll have a fun ugly sweater party. The Christmas holiday party. My birthday will be over. Last year, we took our break over Christmas, so we didn't celebrate any of that stuff. So this year, I was like, let's take the month prior off so that we can do a proper Christmas holiday season. So we'll do that. And then Jordan's birthday is going to fall again in that season. We got lots of stuff to party about. We have tons of guests on deck for next season. I'm not going to mention any names because I want to make sure that everybody's locked in and we have everything sorted out and when. But lots of guests on deck that are going to be fun and interesting to talk to And we're going to have a lot of field trips this season. Got some things up my sleeve that are going to take us out of the studio and creating some out-of-studio content. Should be very exciting. So that's kind of a recap. The re-upload, of course, of season finale will be up this afternoon on YouTube and available to listen to wherever you listen to podcasts. It'll be up there as well. So there you go. That's the recap of the show. We're going to take a music break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about feeling lazy and that it might not be what you think. It might not have that negative stigma that you may think that it does. We're going to talk about it when we come back. You're listening to Jams and Coffee in the Morning. They'll go away. Here's one from Bob Green. This is Back to Neverland.
Listening to the Jams and Coffee Morning Show.
Me, Brad. Thank you, Jessica, for bringing it back in there. That, of course, was Bob Green, Back to Neverland. He's got new music coming out. I know I've mentioned that a couple of times. Very excited. I just spoke with him recently, and for that record, the Back to Neverland record, he was so gracious. He actually sent me a pre-press vinyl of the record, so it's kind of like a very limited first edition. I hope that he pops off and becomes a major pop star, so I could be like, look what I have. He actually offered to send me a pre-pressing of his new record, so very excited to get that and listen to that. So Bob is a wonderful artist from Orlando, and a very interesting songwriter, great voice, great production. He really dives in when he does his work, and I'm glad to see that he's back, because he almost hung it up. I remember having a conversation where he was almost done, and one thing happened, and it snowballed into him making great music again. So very excited for Bob Green. Go check him out on Spotify or wherever you listen to music. Good stuff. Good stuff. And thank you for tuning in this morning on YouTube, Facebook, or JNC Radio on jncpodcast.com or through the free Live365 Radio App. Hope that you're enjoying that app if you've decided to go and grab it. A question for all of you. Do you sometimes feel lazy? Well, I guess the better question is, do you sometimes feel lazy and feel guilty about it? That's really the question. Because I will admit that I sometimes feel lazy or just don't want to do anything, and I feel guilty about it. I'm like, I have so much to do, and I feel so lazy. Well, I have some good news for you and for me. It may be your body just telling you to slow down. So the idea of being lazy is one that often elicits negative reactions. The concept that a person is unmotivated or unwilling to do something is often looked down upon by American society. But news research suggests that being lazy is often just our body's way of telling us to slow down. Devin Price recently wrote a book called Laziness Does Not Exist. Price is also a professor at Loyola University, has run from the word lazy for his entire life. He said, I was someone who was terrified of being lazy or being perceived as lazy for much of my life. I always wanted to achieve more. In the dictionary, lazy is an adjective, typically defined as someone unwilling to work or use energy. Price's research, though, suggests sometimes we feel lazy because we're running too fast. He noted that there's no clear boundary from when work is allowed to end. There's always more we think we can do, and when we're off the clock, we think we should be doing something like learning Spanish or mowing the grass, Curing laziness, at least from what Price has found, might be as simple as embracing what your body is telling you and accepting it's okay to relax and be lazy sometimes. And this reminds me of a sermon, if you will, that Ellie gave on the Jams and Cocktails podcast during her Bad Bitch Bible study. She often talked about that it's okay to take a break. It's okay to be lazy sometimes. Very interesting. Smart lady, that one. Maybe I'll find the clip and put it up there. But Price says that you should embrace ideas of solitude and savor the importance of life experiences. At the end of the day, the negative connotations surrounding the word lazy might also be generational. An estimated 69% of people think adults younger than 30 have a different work ethic than older Americans. Price said, I want to validate in people that they can listen to their bodies and minds when they feel like they're at their limit. So, if you're feeling lazy, sometimes it may just be your body telling you to take a break. And it's okay. And I feel like that should be normalized. Sometimes it is okay to just take a break. It took a long time for me to learn that. And still I sometimes struggle because I do believe that there's always something to be done. But I will go the length of actually scheduling time for me to do nothing. And it's been the most rewarding scheduling that I've ever done. I will schedule blocks of time during my day to take a nap, sit and stare at the wall, watch funny videos, or to go through the TikToks. I'll block off time for me to do that. Go to lunch by myself sometimes during the day. I'll say, today I'm going to go to this place for lunch, and I'm just going to sit and have a cocktail and eat and stare at the wall or the ocean or wherever it is I decide to go. And sometimes it's important to take a break from the rat race, take some time for yourself, and don't feel guilty about it. It's okay to be lazy. Philip says, Pam, keep quiet about him. All right. Speaking of the TikToks, the commissioner over at the FCC is urging a ban on TikTok. FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr says he has little confidence that there's a path forward when it comes to trying to make a national security agreement with the social media app TikTok. Carr said perhaps the deal with the Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States, or CFIUS, that's going to be fun to say later, ends up cutting an amazing airtight deal, but at this point, I have a very, very difficult time looking at TikTok's conduct, thinking we're going to cut a technical construct that they're going to find a way around. That was a very wordy thing to say there, Brendan. He said that to CNN. The harsh words, if you could make sense of that, came after multiple recent reports on how TikTok handles U.S. users' data. A national security agreement with the app would be part of allowing it to continue operating in the United States. CFIUS has spent months working to negotiate an agreement to review business deals involving foreign ownership to work with TikTok on a deal to fix U.S. government concerns. The U.S., of course, is concerned that China would try to gain access to the data that the social platform has on U.S. citizens. This year, the company migrated its U.S. user data to Oracle servers, but there are concerns that China-based employees of TikTok, or ByteDance, which is its parent company, could still access that information. TikTok spokesperson said Commissioner Carr has no role in or direct knowledge of the confidential discussions with the U.S. government related to TikTok and is not in a position to discuss what those negotiations entail. So that's a little snapback there. They went on to say, we are confident that we are on a path to reaching an agreement with the U.S. government that will satisfy all reasonable national security concerns. Carr spoke to CNN while in Taiwan, which was the first ever visit to the island by an FCC official. Said he hasn't met with CFIUS member agencies or the White House to raise the issue. So what it sounds like is the commissioner of the FCC is just running his mouth blindly, which sounds like something somebody like that would do. You know how I feel about the FCC. Well, we're not on terrestrial radio of any kind, because sometimes I like to say bitch and shit. Some not safe for work words. And, Brendan wants to tell me what I can and can't say, so now he wants to tell TikTok what they can and can't do. Good job, Brendan. We'll see how it pans out, though. On the flip side of that, I do think that TikTok needs to be reeled in just a little. There needs to be some regulatory agreement or just security, because, you give them access to your camera. You give them access to your microphone on your phone. All that's real stuff, man. And then you wonder why you're thinking about buying a Christmas gift, and then all of a sudden you see ads for it. That's how it happens. But would any of that matter if you had $1.5 billion You see that little segue I did there? Because the Powerball was a complete wash last night. A complete wash for me. I felt very powerful walking in yesterday with my $4 winning ticket. Big winner. Very excited. People in the line with me even clapped when the little ding went off. The little doo-doo-doo-doo. It was a wonderful experience to cash in my big winning $4 lottery ticket. This round of of numbers, though, for me, complete wash. Didn't make a dime back. That's okay. Because nobody did. Even the double play. Nobody won. Complete rollover. So the Powerball is now up to $1.5 billion. And it's nearing record numbers. After months of rollovers, the November 2nd, 2022 Powerball jackpot has soared to the second largest Powerball jackpot in the game's history. And now, another rollover, and the jackpot has climbed to $1.5 billion. But there are still prizes to be had. The drawings are held at 11 p.m. Eastern on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. With no jackpot winners. Yes, Philip said so. Still had to come to work. Yes, as you can see, I don't have any crew members running around, and I don't have a fresh. Well, I kind of have a fresh haircut, kinda. I don't have my Gucci suit on, so that must mean I did not win the $1 billion jackpot. But we still have another chance, and don't think for a second I won't be buying another round of tickets for Saturday's drawing, as I will. As I've said before, my grandfather always said, if you don't play, you can't win. So if you're dreaming about having $1.5 billion, the chance could be yours. You just have to go and play. Unless you can't afford to play. Listen, you guys, gambling is a big deal. If you can afford the $2 to go and get a number, good for you. If you can't, don't. My grandfather also used to say, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. So better to have it in your pocket than to invest it on a dream. So there's my little piece of advice for you. But yeah, Powerball. Exciting stuff. We got some local news, and then we'll take a music break. But old Big Daddy DeSantis is coming to the Pizzle. Coming to the Pizzle on his campaign tour, if you will. So Ron DeSantis, governor of Florida, and other local and statewide Republican officials will be at Tradition Town Hall on Saturday for the governor's Don't Tread on Florida tour. When did politicians become celebrities that go on tour? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I like it. But it's expected to draw 2,000 people. How wonderful. I can't get 5 people to come to my local show. But Big Daddy DeSantis got 2,000 people expecting to attend, making it completely impossible to get to Tutti Frutti, which is a wonderful ice cream shop in Tradition Square. So if you want to go to Tradition for any reason, I would, any reason other than going to this rally, I recommend going somewhere else. Anytime they do anything in Tradition, it's a nightmare. It's a wonderful place when nothing's going on. But when they have any kind of special event, forget about it. They put all these events together and have absolutely zero place for people to park. So it just becomes a nightmare. Anyway, I digress. It's a free event, of course. And it's one of 13 stops across the state that DeSantis is making through Monday leading up to Tuesday's election. State Representative Toby Overdorf, Republican from Palm City, who helped organize the rally, said it will be a fantastic afternoon of freedom and patriotism at a time when we review how Florida has become a leader in the United States, both economically as well as in terms of individual freedoms, which we enjoy here in the great state of Florida. I enjoy it as well. No qualms on that end. The doors to Tradition Town Hall will open at 2:30 p.m., 2 hours prior to the start of the event. With DeSantis will be First Lady Casey DeSantis, Lieutenant Governor Jeanette Nunez, Florida Attorney General Ashley Moody, State Chief Financial Officer Jimmy Patronis. Oh, cool name. Isn't that something from Harry Potter? Patronis. And State Senator Wilton Simpson, candidate for Agriculture Commissioner, and other officials, according to a news release. Country music singer Parker McCollum, 2022 Country Music Association nominee for New Artist of the Year, will be there to perform. All Treasure Coast Republican parties and Okeechobee County chapter have been invited, said Kenny Nail, the chairman of the St. Lucie County Republican Party. Getting DeSantis to stop here has been a 4-month-long process, according to Nail, so it's happening. And as I always say, regardless of your ideologies or what party you've committed yourself to, I hope that you get out there and vote, either by mail or early voting or whatever the case is. Last Chance Saloon, of course, is the 8th, which is next Tuesday. So get out there and do your duty. It's not just something fun to do. It's actually your duty to go out there and cast your vote, your voice. Let your voice be heard. All your thoughts about voting, corruption, whatever, that all has to go to the wayside. You have to go and vote. It's your civic duty to do so. So we'll get it figured out one of these days. But your job, you're not out there hammering out all the rules and regulations. Your job is to go and vote in the people who will do that. So give it a shot. Go out there and vote. I will be far too busy to go to that rally. That sounds like a racket. But good for those who get to go out there and have a nice day. I don't do anything in tradition that has a lot of people involved. It's outrageous. All right, we're going to take a quick musical break. When we come back, I got some celebrity birthdays for you. And then I'll hit you with our shameless plugs and probably let you get on with your day. I've got to get to editing last night's podcast to get it up there for you guys. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to play? What do we want to hear? I'm going to come up with a little poll or something to put up there for you guys to put in requests to play. Anyway, I think I'm going to do this one because I love Micah Scott's rendition of this song. This is Karina. And you're listening to Jams and Coffee in the Morning. We'll be right back.
I got a bird, wanna whistle. Baby's got a bird, honey's got a bird, we'll sing. My baby's got a bird, honey's got a bird, we'll sing. But without my Karina, I sure don't mean a natural thing. luck, baby, I'm a hard luck soul. Baby, I'm a hard luck, honey, I'm a hard luck soul. Got me a rainbow around my shoulder, looks like silver, baby, shines like Klondike gold. I got a bird, got a whistle, my baby's got a bird, honey's got a bird, we sing. My baby's got a bird, honey's got a bird, we sing. But without my Karina, I sure don't mean to announce a thing.
Micah Scott there with Karina. We're back here on Jams and Coffee in the Morning. Thank you so much for tuning in with me. I truly appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you're watching on Facebook or listening on Facebook, consider coming over to YouTube. It's a cooler place for us to put our visual content, if you will. They let us get away with a little bit more. I don't want to say that. We don't get away with anything, but they definitely make it easier for us to explain ourselves when it comes to playing music and things like that. So, whereas Facebook just says, nope, go away. We don't like what you're doing. With no way to explain what's going on or offer up licensing or anything like that. They just say, nope, not here, not ever. So, YouTube gives us a little bit more of a way to explain ourselves in the content that we ask permission to use for our shows. So, anyway, come over there, subscribe to our channel. We recently smashed through our 200 subscriber goal, and we're well into our 200s now, which is very exciting, and that was a major push by all of you out there. So I really appreciate that. Now we're on to we got to get to 500. That's the next big milestone, and then of course the coveted 1,000 subscribers is where we want to be, because then we can start making moves, big moves. But baby steps to get there. We have some celebrity birthdays today. Turning just a little baby 27. Model who has walked the runway at the world's top fashion weeks for such prominent designers as Chanel, Marc Jacobs, Diane von Furstenberg, and many others. And, of course, her appearance on the television show Keeping Up with the Kardashians, that she started on when she was 11. We're talking about Kendall Jenner. And, of course, Paul knows this as well as I do. She's got a wonderful tequila, 818 Tequila. Don't sleep on it because it's actually really good. It's actually really good, really delicious, and I think it should be on everybody's bar, in my personal opinion. She did a really nice job. It's not rock cut. It's actually very nice. So, Mike Lebeck tuning in. And it's a good morning, just tuning in. Was booking rooms for this weekend's road shows. Priceline is ridiculous. I'm telling you, man, it's getting worse out there. For the price that you're paying for hotel rooms, you should just get a camper. Tow that bad boy. Live in that thing. Honestly. But thanks for tuning in, Mike Lebeck. On the road this weekend. Turning 73 years old today. Fashion icon who became majorly famous as the editor-in-chief of Vogue magazine back in 1988, Anna Wintour. She began directing Condé Nast, which publishes Vogue, in 2013. So, fashion icon. Turning 65 years old today, He made an intimidating appearance as Drago, the Russian boxer in Rocky. We're talking about Dolph Lundgren. He also starred in the wonderful action-packed film, The Expendables. If you guys haven't seen The Expendables, it's totally worth it if you're a fan of the 80s action films. The storylines are ridiculous, but the nostalgia is brimming. It's wonderful. Wonderful film. Dolph stood 6 feet 3 inches tall and weighed 250 pounds throughout the filming of Masters of the Universe, where he, of course, played He-Man. That was also a wonderful fever dream of a film to watch. Happy 65th birthday to Dolph Lundgren. Turning 70, the big 7-0 today is comedian Roseanne Barr. She's also an award-winning actress, and she became, of course, known for playing the title role from the sitcom Roseanne. Its 1993 episode, A Stash from the Past, was named the 21st greatest episode of all time by TV Guide. Well, happy birthday. A special birthday to singer-songwriter Monique McCall, my very good friend Monique, celebrating her birthday today. Happy birthday, Monique. And that's our celebrity birthdays. Mike Lebeck says Dolph is actually a highly educated individual, degrees and PhDs. I know. You wouldn't know it by seeing his films, but yeah, that is maybe perhaps a little known fact. But Dolph Lundgren actually a really smart guy. As an actor, who cares? What other films was he in? Wasn't he in Universal Soldier with Jean-Claude Van Damme, perhaps? He's in a bunch of those types of flicks. I growing up as a kid, I loved Masters of the Universe. I think I watched it on repeat. So cheesy, so wonderful. I wanted to learn how to play that little keyboard thing that the little elf was always jamming on. Dope. He's got some shameless plugs for you this morning before I get you on your way. As always, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me in the morning. Join me weekday mornings, 8 a.m., right here wherever you're watching this show. If you're watching this show, it'll come up live with the podcast on a season break. I'm going to be putting in some effort and some more time into doing this show, and now I feel a little bit more comfortable getting up in the morning and coming out and doing this with you guys. I feel like we got a good vibe, so now I need to go shake it up. So, yeah, I'm going to add some new segments, a little bit more streamlined train of thought. Sometimes I just get out here and I'm just willy-nilly. But we're going to get some graphics in here, and we're gonna do some cool stuff. Maybe perhaps work on guests for the morning show via whether call in or Skype in or whatnot. So new stuff coming for this show. So come along for the ride. It's going to be fun. But in the meantime, join me weekday mornings, 8 a.m. right here on Jams and Coffee in the Morning. Check out our website, jncpodcast.com, to find all of our content. You can also find music news. You can find our Instagram, watch videos. You can find links to all of the stuff that we're doing, including our partnership with Drums and Rums. You can find links to all of Paul's stuff as well. So you can dive right in. In fact, his live stream tonight will be live streaming on jncpodcast.com. And or you can go right to his YouTube channel and watch the biggest happy hour and a half hour tonight, 8 p.m. Always a good time. You got to get there early and on time because it lasts only 30 minutes, maybe sometimes a little longer. But check that out tonight. Speaking of Drums and Rums, check out Paul's podcast, Drums and Rums. Drops new episodes on Tuesdays. Really wonderful guests. Paul is a wonderful host and asks all the tough questions. Really, really well done podcast. Check it out. What else? Our friends and partners, of course, at Code Rum, Hop Life Brewing, the Sneaky Tiki in downtown Stuart. If you're out there and would like to become a sponsor or partner of our show, let me know. Slide into my DMs, and I'll give you the lowdown on what it takes to become a part of that. check out our Patreon. It's our crowdsourced sponsorship program, so individuals can go there. It starts as low as $5 a month, which I wouldn't expect you to pay anymore. But it gives you access to some behind-the-scenes videos that I'll throw up there from time to time. I'll be completely honest. If you go there expecting value for your money, you're probably not going to get it. But it really does help support some of the things that we do in a big way. So consider visiting our Patreon page, enjoying that behind-the-scenes after dark or outtakes footage that we put up there from time to time and help support the show. That link, of course, is on jncpodcast.com. Become a patron. A patron. Patron through our Patreon. What else? I will be performing live tonight at Manatee Island in Fort Pierce from 5:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. So if you're hanging around the Fort Pierce area and want a little happy hour action, come and see me. Be a good time. It's going to be a beautiful day out. So right out there on the water. You can't beat it. I play a lot of places right on the inlet there. And I know why. It's because it's beautiful. How could you deny it? I know there's 4 places. 3 places on the inlet. 1 is on the wharf. But the one on the wharf is a great spot. I play, of course, Manatee Island, Square Grouper, and Chuck's Seafood. All great places to go watch the sunset. And then I play Tipsy Tiki, which is on the wharf, but it's got the best stage in the area. Full liquor bar, and it's a wonderful spot. And I think they have a kitchen opening up pretty soon, so it's really going to be the trifecta that we've all been waiting for. But yeah, so come see me tonight. Be a good time. Otherwise, I think that does it for me here this morning. I thank you again so much for joining me here on Jams and Coffee this morning. Whatever you do today, do it with a smile. Take care of yourselves and be kind to one another out there. Broadcasting live from the legendary JNC Lounge, I'm Brad Brock. I'll see you tomorrow, 8 a.m. Bye!
Tune in again tomorrow morning for the latest local buzz, national headlines, music news, and more on JNC in the Morning, right here on Facebook and YouTube.